We come in peace. We look forward to see the good in others. We train in mutual respect. Aloha e malamu pono, and thank you for joining us for our training today. So we're going to take a look at something that is very fundamental in Jiu-Jitsu, that's also in Jeet Kune Do through Wally Jay to Bruce Lee, and that is basic wrist escapes and joint locks. How do we make that applicable on a next level is something that'd be kind of fun if you also know Chi Sau. So basically the first one that most people learn is if Sifu Nate grabs my wrist, I'm going to do an escape this way. And the principle of that is based on the area between his thumb and forefinger is the area of least resistance. So one, I'm going to turn my forearm so that the radius is between the thumb and forefinger so that my wrist is narrower there. Secondly, I'm going to lever my elbow closer to his forearm, which decreases his ability to grip. And third, I'm going to lower my body weight and move it off at an angle to make it impossible for him to hold on. So I realize I'm bigger than Sifu Nate, so let's take a look at this if Nate grabs and Kendall is behind and grabs also. So now I basically have over 350 pounds on here. And it's not going to be speed or strength dependent. So I want you to see how, as if we're doing Qigong or Tai Chi, I'm going to center myself, working on awareness, balance, and control, and then the leverage syncs with the breath. Once again, I'm going to inhale, and as I exhale, now this is also true if it's opposite. So if he's grabbing this way, then the escape route is going to be toward you. So I'm going to turn my thumb toward that open end, and then the same principles apply. So we use that narrow pathway, bring my elbow closer to their forearm, and then I'm going to sync with my breath and lever out. So now if I grab Nate, you can see him do this. He's going to turn the wrist, bring his elbow closer to my forearm, and then sink and recover with his breath. If I grab opposite, he's going to move away from you. As he turns, he levers and pushes off. Now those are just basic escapes. They can be done any way that someone grabs you. For example, he grabs both of my hands. He grabs both of my hands. He grabs both his hands on one of my hands. He grabs my hand high. He grabs with one hand high. He grabs opposite hand high. And so on and so forth. So one is really a key to the many. Then when we go from releases, we go to locks. If he does the first one, I could just release, but now I have the hand and we can go into a lock. Kendall grabs. I could just release, but now I can lock. So there are a multitude of different locks that you can employ here. If it's the first grip, we can go to the outside into a reverse wrist lock. We can go from the inside into the standard wrist lock. We can go from the outside into reverse. We can go to the inside into standard. Now there are a multitude of different locks that you can employ. And once you get good at these, you can integrate them into your Chi Sau. If Nate and I are doing Chi Sau here, then I'm looking for the opportunity for one of these locks. There's that reverse wrist lock. There's the standard wrist lock. Okay? So there are many more possibilities than this. Bar. Arm bar. Going through the arm bar. Going under. Going to the outside wrist lock. Going to a variation of the inside bar. Going through and under to behind into a hammer lock. Going to the outside and behind. Or right down the center. Lots of possibilities. But one of the exciting things is integrating the two. Back when I was in high school, Professor Wally Jay shared that we were onto something here because he saw my friend and I practicing this way and said that actually we weren't the first to think of it, that he and Bruce Lee did this together. So Professor Wally Jay, who studied Kodenkan Danzan Ryu Jujitsu from Henry Okazaki, then developed his own system of small circle jiu-jitsu. But one of his friends and training partners was Bruce Lee. And together, they worked on some of these concepts. So in the beginning, work on just the releases, then work on just the locks, and then integrate them into your Chi Sao. And then just like in Chi Sao, you have counters. For example, let's say I was going to attack in a lop sao and Nate protects himself against the lop. Then there's that arm bar. So what you saw just now was Nate went and put me in the arm bar, and before I was at the point of no return, I went under and through and reversed it. So just like in Chi Sao, the Jiu-Jitsu, when done with a live flow drill, can become something really dynamic and really fun for both partners to play back and forth. So we'll give you a couple more examples. Just like Chi Sao, I don't know when Nate's going to attack with whatever he's going to attack with. Okay? I go to attack him, he feels that, and he counters me. And this can go around and around and around. So depending on the skill of your partner, there's so many possibilities. Okay? So until next time, have fun with that. We come in peace. We look forward to see the good in others. We train in mutual respect. Mahalo.